Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. I am going to create a necklace with this treasure box, GGC treasure box number 2. I got this beautiful pendant. It's absolutely very pretty and stunning. You can see the color combination is really nice. We also got these beads. I just put all of them here just to see if the mix, I really like the mix or not. I do really like it. And I'm going to add these two beads, which electrolyte plated beads, which also came in this. And then I'm going to add a thing here in the center. And I am going to make one strand of this gorgeous 10 millimeter gemstone right here. Okay, one strand that way. Okay, I'm gonna do a like what to say, asymmetrical necklace. So one side it's gonna be just one strand, the other side it's gonna be multiple strands. And I'm gonna add this opalite 6 millimeter beads as one strand as well. So this is my plan. Okay, this is what I am planning to do. And then we got this crystal, and I wanted to do one strand of that. I haven't yet decided whether I should keep this here, or I think this is more like it. I like it this way. Or what we can do is this way right here. That will also work for me. This is what I have thought so far. I really like it. And then I'm gonna use this. I don't know if I will be able to use this 3-strand thing, or I can use these 3 strands here to connect these 3 strands. But and then this one right here. So either like this, or I can even add one more strand, which is this, because it has 32 inches, so it has a lot here. Let me just see if I can do that. Like 4 strand probably, or 5 strands. I don't like this that much. And if I take this here, the focal will, I don't know how the focal will look. So I haven't still decided yet, but I will decide this part of the necklace first, is what my thought process is. And then I don't want this to come like this all together here, jumbled up. I don't like that. So if I add this 3 strand here, it will be way too small for this. I don't like the look of it. So also I have this is the pattern. I know it might look very confused, but I can explain it one by one. So first we will do some focal here. Apart from this, I want to do a focal this side. For that I took this roundel beads, and I have some bead stringing wire, and I have some lemon seed beads. Right now I'll put this away so that it's not in our vicinity. All of these away so that we will focus on this part. So I'm taking one lemon seed bead in a silver metallic color, and then one of this pirate hematite color faceted roundel beads. It's 3 by 4 millimeter, I guess. So I'm just adding it. I'm going to use chain for this project, and the chain also comes with the kit, so that's useful. So this is the second project I am doing with the GGC treasure box. Nature's Bounty is the name of the second treasure box. It is $25 plus shipping. It is limited edition, so there was only 200 boxes, and it's already got sold out. But whoever bought it actually can get an inspiration from my videos, and then they can make for themselves the necklace. And if you guys become a member of the website GGC Treasure, then you will get notified when the next treasure box comes. It is monthly or bi-monthly. Like it's not like a monthly subscriptions that you get normally from outside, that you pay for every month, and then every month the box is shipped to you. It's not like that. It's limited edition. So how much ever box she makes, my friend Gina, that's how much we will get for that month. And then the first one hardly sold in a day, I think, and the second one lasted for, I think, 3 days, the max. I think 2 days, I'm not so sure, but it was all sold out by the time I was unboxing. So you need to be in the know-how when it comes, so that you can grab one for yourself. And the $25 limit has been for the first and the second box. We don't know whether the same amount will be for the third box, but as you can see, for $25 the amount of stuff that we get is quite a lot. There is 30 items in this box. So I am just adding everything. It's a different kind of a necklace that I am attempting to do here. I am doing a statement piece. You can skip any part of this and make it your own if you want to make it a little bit simpler. It involves chain, it involves beading wire. It's a whole lot of item, but I think it's worth it, is what my opinion is. And it's a very, very different necklace that you have ever seen in my channel. So it's a big project, but I love the combinations here, so I just wanted to attempt it. So here is how much I have strung. Let me measure that for you guys. I don't know if this will be enough, so I will go ahead, and it's about, say, 14 centimeters, or say 5.5 inches. Okay, and definitely whatever I'm thinking, it's not enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna string more and come back. So I have strung about this much, which is, say, like almost 11 inches or so. You can do more if you want to. I need a crimp bead, crimp tube or crimp bead, whichever you have available in your stash. So I just need one. Now what I'm going to do is a little bit different than what we normally do. So all I'm going to do is take my end, put in the crimp tube, okay, and now I need to cut this wire from this spool, just leaving a little bit of a distance. Then what I'm going to do is take this end and go through this crimp tube. Okay. Once you do this, you have to basically crisscross the wire inside. So you take these two wires over here, hold it in your finger, and it's nice and tight, but not very tight. Go ahead and crimp it. Okay, just like so. And then snip off the excess wire right next to your crimp bead. Now we have this, right? So I want you to actually make a circle just like so. Okay, if we can make a couple of circles, which I was aiming for, just like 4, that would be great. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is what I want. So I will sit this like this. Okay, I know it sounds a little bit different, but trust me on this pattern is gonna be very nice. Okay, so I have the crimp bead right here, so I just want to put that in the end. I keep my pliers on top just to hold that there. Move my things. Now I take the chain. Okay, take the chain, carefully take my pliers off. Okay, now you put the chain inside all of these loops right here. Okay, come back the other side and then go inside again. Take the tail and come back this side. So basically this is what I did. Can you see that? I'll do it one more time so that's not confusing for you guys. I take the chain, go from the top to the bottom through all the 4 loops. Okay, come up and go again through the loop and come down and hold it like that. So one loop has to go there, the other loop has to come here. Okay, so I just want to hold this like this. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and take a jump ring. Okay, if you leave this, it will go spiraling, so keep your pliers on top. Take your jump ring. I like to use my bent nose pliers and twisted nose pliers to open and close the jump ring. So I take these things carefully off of this, then take my pliers and add it to the end of this loop, doesn't matter which one, and take the other loop. It doesn't have to be very tight, okay, just this much, and then take your bent nose pliers and close the jump ring. So we have sealed one part of the chain. The other part that needs to be sealed is here. that we will do with our necklace. So this has to be like that. Okay, so with this, if we have to, I have to tighten this a little bit more so that this doesn't move around much. Okay, I'll take the jump ring off. Pull this chain down, take it and put it in this so that it holds its shape. There we go. Oopsie daisy. I missed the other part, I think. Okay. You can also do this without the beading wire. You can do it with thread and everything. That will be a little bit easier. But I wanted it more sturdier, so I just opted for this. And sorry. So I take this and go through this link probably and see if it is tight. That's what I am looking here for, to this jump ring is really nice, but somehow it's difficult. There we go. Okay, now I close this here. So one part is done. So the other part of the necklace is right here. So what I do is I take another jump ring, because if I don't secure this is gonna be wobbly. I want this to sit like this. So I'm gonna take another jump ring, open it up, let's put our pliers on top, take the next jump ring, use your bent nose pliers to open and close. Carefully take this off. Take this chain, see how it's going through. Close the jump ring right now. Okay, I have secured on both sides. So the chain is going through here, looping around and coming back, and then we have secured it both the side with the jump ring. That's about it. This is what I want. Okay, if you want you can add more jump rings here, but I don't think so. That's how I want it to look like this. Can you see that? This is how I wanted it to look like. So I really like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just snip off the rest of the chain after the jump ring. But before that, I have to connect these chains, but I will not cut it close. I want this to go through this loop as well, and then probably continue this side. So I'm just going to keep it like that, and I'm going to continue to work this side, which I will take again bead stringing wire, and then I'm gonna add this bead right here plus this one right here. This has a flower pattern. Only 2 beads of this was in the kit. The rest is a different pattern, but everything is a filigree type metallic bead. Okay, one more. That's what it's going to be, that side. So I'm thinking what to do, whether to add seed beads or not. So I need a crimp tube to attach it to this chain. A couple of them. So take my wire, take it. Instead of a chain, you can also do this with a beading wire. You can go through here and through all of these loops and come through here. That will expose the wire. I didn't like the look of it, so that's why I decided to use this. But now I really like this, so I'm just going to, there is like a chain right there for you to go through. So there is a loop in the chain, which I am going to go through that and come back here. Okay, this is what I have so far. So I just bring back all my beads right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna crimp it. I don't know where the crimp bead went. The crimp tube went somewhere. That's okay. Can take another crimp tube, do the same. Just went here. So I need to go make sure that I go through this electrolyte plated, or I don't know. It's a plated one. Then I go through the loop in the chain. And come back through the crimp tube. Make sure the wire is not crisscrossed inside the crimp tube, and then go ahead and crimp it. Okay, that's that. Put your bead on top. Bring back that bead right here. And I'm just gonna cut here a length. I'm just eyeballing it. So the pendant is gonna come here. We need at least 8 inches on either side. Probably we will add a chain in the back, so that should not be a problem. But I'm thinking of adding something else in between too. So just to jazz it up a bit. Okay. Add a crystal roundel. Or we can add this bead right here, the big crystal roundel, the 10 by 8 millimeter one. Okay, and then this 3 by 4 millimeter roundel. So it's just I'm designing as I come across these beads. There we go. And then this one, then this bead, then again a crystal roundel, and then this big roundel. So I like this. Okay, then I take a crimp tube. This is how much length I want. Then I'm gonna add chain in the back too. So that's how much I want. Take a piece of chain and then put it in there. Okay, this chain has to withhold all the weight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a closed jump ring, or yes, I'm going to take a closed jump ring so that I can attach it. I have this twisted closed jump ring in my stash. I think it's a 5 millimeter. I'm going to use that. I don't want to put the entire weight on this chain because these beads are a little bit heavy. So make sure everything is proper. Take your pliers and pull the wire through. The crimp tube kind of goes inside, that's the problem. Go ahead and crimp it once you're satisfied, and then snip off this excess wire right here. Don't throw this away, we can utilize that. So now this part is done right here, and now we can add a chain to that easily. So because the chain link has opening, so it's easy to actually open and close that. So all you need is, you can see the opening right here. All you need is 2 pairs of pliers, and then you just twist it open so that you can get it into this jump ring, close jump ring, and then just close it. When you close it, make sure it's closed. There we go. So I attached the chain right there. So I'm gonna measure this. We don't need more than 9 inches. So here, it's about 8 inches, pretty good, I guess, because this necklace has to sit on the collarbone. So I'm snipping it off here. There we go. Then that's done. Over here I haven't cut the chain yet, so I am gonna use a toggle clasp maybe for this project. So the toggle that I would use is a simple toggle because the front part is so big and humongous that all the attraction goes to the front. So I want the simple toggle clasp to be the clasp. So I will add one end of the clasp right now because I'm already finished with one side. I have to add the pendant and the other side. The other side is going to be long, by the way. There we go. I'm just going to put this on this side because the other side is going to be a beaded part. So it's better to add this end of the toggle here because it goes easily inside this ring. Because if you have a bulky beaded part, if you have to put this horizontally for it to go through the toggle, it might not go well. So I'm adding this here. And then now this part, I want to add this chain into this pendant. So I'm just leaving a little bit of chain right here to be on the safer side. I'm not going to cut very short tail. I'm just going to leave a little bit of chain. So then I will put these two through inside the pendant, just like so. So it's an asymmetrical necklace. The other side will be multiple layers of beads. Hi friends, welcome back. So we did this and we have this chain left over. I thought I will put this chain inside, but now I'm having second thoughts. I'm just going to add the jump ring and connect these pieces of chain to this pendant. Okay, there is already a jump ring here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave a link gap. The next link, I'm going to add the chain, and then the pendant. Try closing it. If not, we can use, I think I will use a bigger jump ring because this is very small and this one is a little bit thicker gauge. So let's do a big jump ring. Something like this, and I'm trying to do a little bit even more bigger one because this one is a thicker gauge than these. So you can use any size you want, but it is easier for to do this way because you can see how thick this one is. There we go. And then these chains. So after the jump ring, I'm leaving one link and attaching it to the next link. There we go. Now what you can do is you can actually trim off the excess chain so that you don't have a tail going on. So this is what it is right now. This is how it looks. I like this look. If you don't, you can change this accordingly, but this is the look I wanted it to have. Okay, it's completely different. I know it's unconventional, but I really like it, so I'm going to go ahead with it. And for this other side, as I told, I want to do multi strands. So one will be this opal, one will be this gemstone, and the other one I am thinking to add this crystal. So I'm going to add this crystal here, just like so, or I can do it here like this line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just anyways going to start with an opal, I guess. That's what looks good, or this looks good. I need to see how it goes. One strand of this, one strand of that, and I should have enough beads for the entire necklace. I mean half of the necklace, so I think we should be good here. But I'm seeing if this looks nice. Or we can do it this way. I think I'll do it this way. And also I needed these ones as well. Let me move this on the side. Then we can decide on these. The black ones will go very well with the opal, I guess, rather than the gemstone. So I'll do this. So first will be this strand, then will be our gemstone, and then will be our opal strand with this. So yes, I have decided that. So now I will go ahead and take my bead stringing wire. It is the 7 strand bead stringing wire that I'm using. You can use the 19 strand and the 49 strand as well. Whichever you have in stash will work for this project. So there we go. So you can also add seed beads if you want, the seed beads that we used here, just to make sure that we continue the pattern over here too. We can do that. Let's see. Yeah, it looks good. So I'm just going to add some 11 seed beads I have here. I'm gonna add some 11 seed beads. You can use 15 seed beads too if you want to. You can use both of them. Both of them should work perfectly fine. Or if you don't want to use any beads from your stash, that's totally okay as well. It will look beautiful nevertheless. I just want to add the silver element to this side of the necklace as well. So It is like, I know it's um I just wanted it to be even, I guess. So that's symmetrical thinking. I agree with it, but still. And also there is one more reason. It also gives some length. I don't know if we have enough roundels, and I don't have this color in my stash. So it's only the beads from the bead box. But this opal is 15.5-inch strand, and so as this 10 millimeter gemstone, these are full strands, and for half a necklace it's more than sufficient. And then we have some two of the strands in 32 inches, so it's plenty, more than plenty for two necklaces actually. So I'm gonna thread this completely through. So how many ever beads I have in this roundel, I'm utilizing all of those to get my length. But anyways, I will be adding some chain in the back as well, just a little bit, not a lot. Because anyways, nobody will be able to see in the back, and why to waste this gorgeous beads in the back by, and also we need uniformity in the back, and we have chain this side, so I want to finish off the other side with chain as well. So I think this much length is good enough. So I calculate the length based on this, but just a tad bit more. Yeah, we have enough beads to work with, enough roundels to work with. This blue color roundel is amazing. I really love this color. And this opalite also has a shade of blue, as you can see. I think the camera is picking it up okay. First I wanted to do a macrame with this pendant and a long necklace per se. That's what my thought process was. But then I thought I never did this pattern. It's new. It's a little bit tricky, but it's new. Okay, there we go. We have sufficient length. Let me just measure this for you guys so you know exactly how much we are working with. Approximately say 6 inches. Yes, so we'll do completely 6 inches, right? That's a different seed bead. That's what I was thinking. So totally it's 6 inches worth of beads is what I am aiming here for. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this to this pendant, not the jump ring per se, but to the pendant. Okay, just like so. So I'm gonna add this with a crimp tube. Of course we need a crimp tube, and take it and put it through this pendant right here, and then bring the wire back. You can do it either way, from top to bottom or bottom to top, Whichever way is comfortable for you, you can do it. But what I'm thinking is, instead of doing single strand by strand, I want to do it together. Just one big crimp and then crimp everything. So that's what I'm going to do. So we will add some bead stopper to this, and then snip the wire here, leaving about an inch for you to work with. It's better to have a little bit more than less. It's always good that way. I have this bead stopper as well in my stash. Okay, so that's one strand. Let me finish stringing all the other strands and come back. I threaded these 3 strands. This is the pattern that I came up with, and I really like it. So I'm using this bigger crimp for crimping, and also I'm using a bead tip. The thing is, all 3 strands here, I'll take the stopper off. All these strands here should come like this. Okay, it won't be a uniform one, it will overlap a little bit, but that's okay. That's what is expected of the design. So here we go, we have our 3 strands together, right? So what I want to do is, I just want to make sure okay, this is how it's gonna be. Okay, and then there will be a little bit of wire exposed here, that's for sure. It'll be there, but I'm okay with it. I like it that way. I don't want to compromise the design for that. But if it is bothering you, you can add some seed beads over here, but I don't want to make it a loop or something. So all I'm doing is I am adding my crimp tube on all 3 of the strands, and then I'm going to crimp it shut with this bead tip. So first what I will do is take my bead tip and put all, I can even use a smaller crimp tube at this point of time, because you're not getting it back. I wanted it to be a smoother finish here, and so you can, if you cannot put everything together, you can just put 2 and then add this one as well to the bead tip, to the back of the bead tip right here, and then I will switch to the smaller crimp tube. Let me check if it is okay to use a smaller crimp tube. Take all of these. I don't think so it will fit. Good. The bigger crimp it is. All you need to do is go ahead, put your crimp tube, and then just crimp it out. Make sure it's nicely crimped, and then you can bring your bead tip here and then close it. So make sure, give it a tug and everything, and take your wire cutters and then snip off this wire after the crimp tube. So once you do that, you can just bring this down here and then shut this bead tip close. There you go. Now you can connect this bead tip with this jump ring with this pendant, or you can connect a jump ring directly and add it to this pendant. Anyway, is fine. So this is how I wanted to finish, but if you have a different if you want to do it differently, if you want to add it to this 3-strand connectors that we received in the box, you can do that actually over here, and then have these 3 strands separately. I kind of wanted it to have an unconventional look, so I am going for this, but you can always do that as well. Now I will remove the first one. So first what I will do is I will just connect all of these together so that it's nice and even. Anyways, we have this big jump ring that we can open and connect everything together, so that should not be a problem. Open it up just a bit, add this one here to the jump ring, and then close it. There we go. And then first, this is what so far it looks like. We can always adjust it later. If this jump ring looks bigger, we can do a different one, but we will finish the other end first. So here it is. Wanted to untangle it. That's our first strand. This is our second strand. Okay, and this is our third strand. And I'm saying there will be a little bit of wire showing, but that's okay with me. So I'm going to take this and then first add a crimp tube to it, and then add the crimp tube to the chain right here. We have actually cut some chain and kept the same length as this side, I believe, but that's okay. We can cut one more length. Don't need a bigger chain, because if you come like this, it's not a long length. So about 1.5 to 2 inch of chain is more than enough. So I'm just going to use that much chain. Right here. Add my wire to this closed twisted jump ring, then bring it back. Take my wires and pull it. Make sure there is no lag in this place right here, and then go ahead and crimp it and snip off this excess tail. So that's done here. Okay, the next strand, I need to make sure that the next strand is a little bit more than the other one. So I'm gonna add one more bead to it. So there we go, one more bead, and then push it all the way to the middle as much as you can, and then we can take more crumb tubes, two more, insert your crumb tube into it, take your jump ring, put it through the loop and back through the crumb tube, and a gemstone or so, and pull the wire. So make sure these two are on the straight line, and make sure to leave a little bit of breathing space. Don't do it very tight, it won't sit properly otherwise. Just leave some space, it's okay in such designs. Then finally the third strand. So what we need to do is we need to hold this and see how well this sits. Like that, it sits. So this has to be a little bit more. I shall add a little bit more beads here and then continue here. That's what I will do. I'll come back. I finished stringing these, so I'll take another crumb tube, and I want this to come like this, so I'm just adding a little bit more here. Let me see. Just push everything back here. So there we go. Just a tad bit more, so that it nicely flows here. Okay. So there we go. Come back. Come back through the crumb tube and couple of beads here. Then take your pliers and pull this tail. Make sure there's not a lot of gap here. When you keep it like this, it will overlap, but here I don't need a lot of gap. So I'll pull this more tighter and then I'll crimp. Snip off the excess beading wire, and we are almost done here. Let's see. Now all you need to do is take a jump ring. I'm going to use a jump ring rather than opening the chain link up. but if you want, you can open up the chain link and add it as well. So now I'm using the jump ring we got from the treasure box, adding my chain to it, and then connecting it to this closed jump ring. I'm going to close it. Use one more jump ring. Add it to the other end of the chain and to your lobster claw clasp, and then close it. So now our necklace is officially ready. This is how it looks. The only thing is it's an asymmetrical necklace. You should keep that in mind. And then it is unusual in its own way, but it's so pretty, is my opinion. So for this, I want this to stay like this. That's why I have it here. But if you don't want it, you want it to sit like this rather than like this, all you can do is take a piece of chain, add a jump ring to it. I'll show you guys that too. If you don't want to do this cluster, you can actually skip that part and do this. There is 3 beads in the treasure box. You can actually do that if you want. So put it through all of these beads, then bring the tail back here. Attach it to a jump ring and then close it. So that way this will stay put. I'm going to take the excess chain off by snipping it off. So as you can see, this is how it looks. It is a very unconventional look, and this is a statement necklace, and it will really look good on a bust and then also on your neck, around your neck. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost every day. It comes around 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.